New Heights Horizon, back with another video. So I picked up those two on the end yesterday. Those are the Retevis NR30s, and the middle one is the Alunce HA1UV. You guys know what that one is in the middle, but I'm gonna elaborate on the two on the end in 2 seconds. So give me a minute, I'll be right back. So guys, yeah, I got the NR30s yesterday. Sun coming through. So I just wanted to go over them briefly. I'm gonna do an actual field test this week, but they're like workhorse HTs. They're not anything special. They're not DMR. They're not even dual band. They are just UHF, GMRS. They come pre-programmed. You can change the CTCS codes, the DCS. You can change all them, or keep them the way they come. I don't like the way Retevis makes their stuff come like that, pre-programmed with all their CTCSS codes and all that. Just not a big fan. They repeat a few of them. I think 1 through 7 is the same, or 1 through 6 or 5 is the same, and then from like 6 to like 10, 11 or 12 are the same, and then from 12 to 15 or 16, it's a certain way, and then it goes up to the repeaters after. But yeah, just leave them blank, so we could do them ourselves. So they are blank, and if we need to change them, we can change them ourselves in the CPS. But the CPS is very simple to use. Very, very simple, basic. The only thing you do need that special programming cord that you need with it, the plug. But this is an exact, now that I'm looking at it, it's an exact replica shell minus the screen and the buttons. It's an exact replica. There's a little other few minor differences on the way they were 3D printed or produced. But other than that, they're identical shells to the buttons up top, to the knob, to the antenna, identical. So I was thinking last night, what if you plugged the HA1UV into the CPS firmware of the NR30s? Could you program, because the Alunce is a pain in the butt, the CPS firmware. I don't think it would work, only for the simple fact is the shell's not the same, so not the inside. So I don't think it would work. But I might try it. I don't want to brick it, but something happened to me today with the Alunce. And since I've gotten it, it's always sound like a hollowed out sound. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced that, but it seems like a hollowed out, like if you're almost as if you're talking into a coffee can or a shoe box or something. It gets that deep, that echo. There's no way to explain it other than when you were a kid and you had those little FRS walkie-talkies that had, like, you know, Mr. Potato Head or something, where you press the ear down to transmit. But those, you know how janky those sounded when you talked into them? You could hear it's like an echo in space. That's what the Alunce sounds like. And I thought it was maybe the noise canceling option, because sometimes it does make it sound a little funny. If you, like, for these NR30s, when I enabled that noise cancellation option, it sounded like that sounds regularly. So it's making me think it's a user error and not something that they did. But I've changed it. I've shut it off. It's still that way. I don't know if I'm missing something. So if any of you know why it's doing that and it sounds boxy like that, let me know in the comments, please. But these NR30s, real quick, back to those. They're just workhorses. So hold on, I want to show them to you again.
I like you a lot.
So if you look at the Alunce HA1UV, it is the same shell to the T. Just these minor, you know, design differences are the only difference. But to, like I said, to the knob up top, everything. You know, as a matter of fact, they take this out and just put that Alunce thing in there, and then there's a few more different design cutouts on the plate, the front plate, but they're identical. Even the backs are identical. I would imagine those batteries are interchangeable, so it's, you know, I don't know. I always liked the feel of
I like you a lot.
Of this radio, the Illumix HA1UV, always. So when I got these, I was like, man, that's an exact replica, but, you know, more rugged. Like, you wouldn't care anything about, you know, you go out into the woods, you're camping, or, you know, and you just throw these into the water, or you're out, for instance, you catch a fish and you're at the stream or the pond, you know, and it's a big fish, you need two hands, you could just toss this, even if it's in the water next to you, like, you know, ankle deep, and obviously not running current. You'll lose your HT, you'll be chasing it down the river. But, you know, if it's low water and it's not moving, stagnant, you just toss this in the water, or if you throw it on land and it bounces back into, you don't have to worry about it. So, you know, to me, sometimes simplicity is key. Like, the less you have to worry about with this when you're out in those situations, like, oh, I can't throw it because it's got a screen. But even with this, you can throw. I would absolutely feel comfortable throwing that into the water. Same thing, because it has a screen, I would not do that. But I'm saying in more nicer HTs sense, like, you know, you spend 300 on something with a nice, you're not going to toss that unless it's IP67 rated or something like that, or waterproof, or rugged build, like military grade, something like that. Then you're not looking to do that. But I think all HTs should sort of piggyback off what Retevis is doing with this grade. When you pick it up, it almost reminds you of like a, you know, back in the day, I don't know if you ever had a chance to like hold like a cop's walkie-talkie they used to use. Those things are heavy duty, especially back in the day, my day and age. Not that I'm that old, I'm 48, but even that being said, before they trunked everything back, those HTs were pretty big and pretty heavy. The battery wasn't too good on them, but they were heavy. If the batteries were good, they were super heavy because they would compensate for that. But yeah, that's what these remind me of. And I think a lot of these companies need to piggyback off of this idea. Yeah, it takes a couple extra seconds to, you know, pull out a screwdriver or a butter knife, or a dime or something, you know, but you'll use whatever you have to use out on the field. But yeah, it takes an extra 2 seconds, but it's worth it because you can throw this thing in the water and not worry about it. I'm a clean freak. If I threw this in the mud, I'd probably still be freaked out, but I got to start learning how. I know you guys are the same, a lot of you HT guys. I don't know. I feel like I need like a case for them all to like individually place them in a case and put the antennas accordingly next to it. I just would like to have that. So that's probably going to be one of my next attempts to get something done, is get a nice little case, like an Apache box, one of the bigger ones, like the 3800s, or even the one right above that, the one, not the one that looks like you can carry a bazooka in it, not that one, the one below that. I think it can hold definitely HTs vertically, but I'm definitely horizontally, but vertically would be the challenge with something, because these are pretty tall in stature, as opposed to, you get like a TID radio H3, it comes up to like here on it. So these are, with the antennas especially, a little bit on the bigger side. But not that you would pack them in with the antennas attached anyway. Actually, I think these, now that I said that, I think there's a screw underneath in there. So you'd have to pop off that little ring on the top. Sorry, I had the camera over here. You'd have to pop that little ring off the top. I heard there is a little screw in there that you can take off these antennas. This one never had it. So I think that one is defective with that sound. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do a actual field test of these with the Midland mag mount. I'll throw that on the car. I'll hit the woods, and I was gonna go today because it's raining out, but I don't know. It's not raining like I wanted it. It's like drizzle. I want it to be like pouring so I can actually get the real feel of the video. But yeah, that'll be coming this weekend, and I still have Juan's J-pole. That thing is up. I've been testing it, and I'll be doing that video probably the rest to finish out this week. But I'll do this one this weekend out into the woods. Me and Belle, I'll take Belle out to the spot. So I'll see you guys this weekend, and 7.3s for now. Remember, height is might, guys. Snatch these things up. They're definitely worth it.